All right. You guys have spoken. You guys want this. This is practice planning and philosophies and scheming. Just want to welcome you to the page. Click like and subscribe. The more likes and more subscribers, the more in depth I'll go. I'll even show my own stuff. But looking back at the poll question that I posed the other day, you guys all said practice planning and drills is kind of what you wanted. And going over that, practice planning begins to me with your coaching philosophy. If you don't have a coaching philosophy, or if you don't have an offensive scheme or a defensive scheme to begin with, then you can't have a successful practice plan. That's just the bottom line of it. I could give you practice plans. You can copy my practice plan, but if you don't know what your scheme is or how to implement it, it doesn't matter. Um, so with that said, I'm gonna get into some stuff. It's gonna be a brief video, and then based off what you guys say, I'm gonna do some more videos going with that. But I'm gonna go over here, and you got to have a program philosophy. So as you can see, if you guys that don't know, I was trying to be a head coach in high school at one point, and this was kind of my program philosophy. You guys can take it. I've taken it from other places and kind of made it my own. But as you can see, I have a whole program philosophy, and then I have a coaching philosophy, offensively, defensively, and overall as a program. And then that helps me build the plan. So you could say, hey, I want to do this and I want to do that on practice, but if you're not obtaining your goals of what you set as your philosophy, then I think you're going to be cutting yourself short. So with that said, let's go into a practice plan here or two. I'll go into an early one. As you can see, these are all the ones for this year. I think this is the first one of the year here, so you kind of see how it went around, and it's very general. Here's so this is it has a date, the team, what practice it is, what week it is, what's the weather like, if we're in full pads or not, what the coach is going to do. So we start off this practice plan, and this is key to us. We start off this day with a turnover circuit. So kids get very bored and very tired of doing the same thing over and over again. So to get practice going, we start things just a little bit differently sometimes. So this is our 6:30 practice plan to start, and we started with a strip circuit, tip drill, a scoop and score, and then a punt block, or a kick block, I should say. And then we went into our stretch and agilities, and then we went into our first quarter, which is like a conditioning type of thing, but we do it out of a special teams drill, and I could get into that a little bit later. But this is an overview. Then we went into our victory drill, which is our tackling drill, and then we went into a team chalk talk. We've been doing some stuff. We've been installing some things, and then we decided maybe some kids learned a little bit differently by seeing it on the board. So we went on the board and did that for a little bit. As you can see, there's a station. Actually, this isn't very good. If I downloaded it, it'll probably be a little bit better to see. But yeah, there it goes. So let's open that. You'll see. So there's a little bit better view of it. So station 2 was chalk talk, like we talked about, and station 3 is our everyday drills. It was looks like it was an offensive day. So we did some everyday drills, and we had different coaches' positions, and then we went into another individual drill, this is called routes on air, ROA. This is O-line, just working on our first step and our stance, and this is a drill we do with the O-line as well. And then we did ROA. We did 2 sessions of ROA that day. Then we did our second quarter. We go to the hill. Then we went our water break, and then we went over some blocking rules. This was an open station for the day. We talked about it with the coaches on what we wanted to do based off of what the kids talked about it during chalk talk and what they needed. And then we did some inside run while the receivers did one-on-ones. Then we did 7-on-7 while the O-line and D-line did one-on-ones. And then we did some team. And then we ended that day with a deer hunter drill with water balloons. So this was practice 10. This must have been a Friday. This is when I normally do that. But like I said earlier, if you don't have the overall philosophy of what you're trying to do offensive-wise, scheme-wise, what your practice plan is, or what your game plan is, and what your overall offensive scheme is, you can't get down to this. Now, you could copy this, But if you don't know what your end goal is, um, then this is useless. If you're just out there doing drills just to do drills, which I see a lot of teams do, then it doesn't matter. We're doing ROA specifically based off of the routes that we're going to run, based off of our install for the week. So this was in the first 2 weeks of the season, so we weren't diving into a lot of specific things for the week, but we were diving into what we were trying to get into our install system. So we have what they call a pod system. Some people call it a pod system. Some people call it an install system, where your first couple plays set of what you're going to install. So you have some quick game stuff for us. We have some run game. We have a screen. We have an RPO, and and we don't move until we perfected those. So um, if we don't, if you don't have that at least right now somewhere else of what you're trying to get accomplished that week, then there's no purpose. You could do practice plans all day long, but if you don't have an overall goal, then the plan is to help you get to your overall goal. So for us, without giving too much away, that's why I kept it kind of very basic, but you guys can understand. If you guys want to see more, like I said, comment and subscribe, and I'll get into more of what exactly ROA means for us and how we do ROA, how we do victory drill, how we do our special teams drill, um, what's deer hunter, how we run team, how we run inside run. But our Bob rules, that's one blocking scheme that we run um, for our quick games specifically, and for Bob, just being kind of big on big. Um, there's other blocking rules that we have, but as you can see, like I said, we're kind of being real generic here in the first couple of weeks. I'll kind of go into maybe. So here is, Amani practice plan. So there's something a little bit more specific. Now we get a huddle script for defense. This is a defensive day, so as you can see, we're trying to, our emphasis is defense and what we're trying to accomplish versus the defense stuff. And then here's kind of the generic stuff what we're trying to do. Here's our start for the day. Here's our workout for the day. Here's our tackling drill for the day. It's not victory this time, it's pride. We have a set rec station. Here's our first quarter. Here's individual drills. Here's our second quarter. Here's our water break. Here's some more individual drills. Here's our third quarter. Then here's some run fit, how we're going to run against their offense. Team D versus scout offense. And then we do special team of the day, which is our punt return, and then our fourth quarter, which is gassers. So you can see it's not the same practice plan every day. And as we get into game plans, there's some stuff being specific stuff. So usually we have the practice script. This is a script of what an offense, what their offensive plays are going to be, so that no coaches are surprised of what play we're running in run fit or in team D or in 7-on-7. We have all that stuff available. So like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else. Like I said, I'm more than happy to share anything, and I'll get into some more specific things if you want, but comment on that so I know exactly what you're looking for specifically. Thank you.